So I purposefully left out a really important piece of information. This quarter note, this note that we speak of, it gets one beat of sound. We count it, we say it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what is the opposite of sound? What is the opposite of sound? There's a word, it starts with an S, and it's the opposite of sound. It's called silence. Awesome. So in music, what is something we call silence? A rest. So something in music that we should understand and always remember is that for every kind of note, we also get an equal and opposite rest. So if we have a note that gets one beat, then that means we're also going to have a rest that gets one beat. We just learned a couple seconds ago that a quarter note gets one beat of music. So that also means that a quarter rest also gets one beat of music. Now I can go back to our notes right here and I can just replace beat 3, the quarter note, with a quarter rest. And now I want you to think about this. Is beat 3 completely gone? Is it just disappeared? No. The only thing different about beat 3 is that we have silence right here instead of a note. So beat 3 is still there. It still exists, except now it's just silent. So let me change what I have right here, because I have a big 1, big 2. Let me, for right here in this 3, I'm going to make it different. I'm going to put a small 3 with a parentheses to reflect that 3 is still there and I'm acknowledging it, but I'm not going to say 3 out loud. I'm just going to be resting there. Now, let's try to count just measure 1 right here. Ready? Measure 1. Count. 1, 2, ready, and go. 1, 2, 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this measure, measure 2. And instead of 3, I'm going to replace my quarter rest right here on beat 2. So I'm going to put my quarter rest. And now for beat 2, I'm going to make it a small 2. And the reason I put a small 2 there is because I want to acknowledge that beat 2 exists. We're just silent or resting on beat 2 for a quarter rest. Let's go ahead and count just measure 2. 1, 2, count and go. 1, 3, 4. Awesome. Next up, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of beat 1 being a quarter note, I'm going to put a quarter rest on it. What do I do right here now? I'm going to change the big 1 into a 1 with a parentheses. Let's count measure 3, 2, and ready to the end. 2, 3, 4, off. So what I want you to do now is I want you to open up to chart number 1 and I want you to look right above the very first measure and I need you to write something in. It's going to be a little bit of a guide for you to help you remember beats and counts for all of these things. So what you're going to do is right above your very first measure, you're going to draw a quarter note. And underneath the quarter note, you're going to put 1 down and 1 up. Right after you write that, you're going to put how many beats it equals. It equals 1 beat. Right after that, you're going to put the rest equivalent. So you're going to have quarter note, down beat, up beat equals 1 beat, and you're going to have the quarter rest. It also equals 1 beat. So you're going to have those two things to reference.